President Trump, what's your thought about why the markets are so spooked? Do you think they don't like the tariffs, or do they not like the uncertainty with some of the...
This is not going to be a popular answer as to what I'm about to give you. A lot of people like to focus on technical analysis. You've got your RSIs, you've got your MACDs, you've got your super trends up and down, you've got option trade. All of that is out the door. We are far beyond blips in the market. I believe we're even far beyond a correction. We are entering into a bear market. This is a global reset, but this is when millionaires are made. And unfortunately, all that is out the door. Where I find an easy way to make money is understanding politics. So let's get to the money. Let's understand where this market is going, because there's some certainty somewhere.
Changes and the carve-outs?
Well, a lot of them are globalist countries and companies that won't be doing as well because we're taking back things that have been taken from us many years ago. We've been treated very unfairly as a country. We protect everybody. We do everything for all these countries. And a lot of these are globalist in nature. You know, they have, if you're outside of the United States, you know, it's going to be a little bit different. We just weren't treated right. We were ripped off as a country. I've been saying it for a long time.
Tell me how the technical charts have been treating you lately. Are they making you money? I bet it is so unpredictable that you've thrown them out the door and that your ears are glued to your Fox Network, CNBC, CNN, almost every Trump interview, because that's how you're determining where the money is going. So if you're ready to make some money in this market, listen to what the politicians are saying, and they're going to lead you right to it.
And I did it to a certain extent in the first administration, but with COVID coming in, we had to focus on that toward the end. But we had the greatest economy in history in the first administration, and I think we'll do even better now. But this is something that we have to do. There'll always be a little short-term interruption. I don't think it's going to be big, but the countries and companies that have been ripping us aren't particularly happy with what I'm doing. But the United States will be very happy. And, you know, our farmers are going to be very happy. And again, there'll be disruption. But in the end, I said it before with China, we signed an unbelievable deal with China, $50 billion in purchases, and we're doing great. Biden, however, when he came in, they never enforced that deal. So that's the only thing that basically you have globalist companies that have been ripping us off that won't be able to rip us off any longer. I think that's what the big charge is.
Have you been influenced, some of these exemptions that have been announced and some of these temporary delays, have you been influenced in those decisions because of the market reaction?
Well, there were no delays at all. No, nothing to do with the market. I'm not even looking at the market because long term, the United States will be very strong with what's happening here.
Now, I'm not saying that this is a barometer as to where the markets are going. Not at all. But right now, the technicals aren't going to give you any type of indicator which direction the markets are going. All someone has to say is, I'm in support, or I'm not supporting, or in the future, this is where this is going. And so if we've got indication that agriculture is going to be heavily influenced here in the future, where do you think you should start hedging some of your bets? Is it in agriculture? If Apple is now going to be manufacturing most of their chips and materials here in the US, where do you think most of the revenue that's going to be generated from this company, how high do you think that's going to go? Where do you think the stock is going to go from there?
Countries and companies, foreign companies that have been ripping us off, and no president did anything about it until I came along, and then I did a lot about it. You know, we took in tariffs from China, $600 billion. Nobody else took in 10 cents from China. They never did. But when COVID came along, we had to focus on COVID. We did a great job. We got rid of that. We ended up handing over with a market that was higher than it was previous to COVID coming in. But this is very much about companies and countries that have ripped off this country, our beloved USA, and they're not going to be ripping us off anymore. So, you know, I think that has an impact on the market.